Assalamu alaikum. Let's cook. This is a terrible story. 5 women were killed. Now this went down in the year of 2008 in a place called Tinley Park, Illinois, at a women's clothing store, Lane Bryant. I believe this place, Tinley Park, is a pretty well-kept suburb. If you're from that area, please get in the comments, let us know how Tinley Park is. Now, the media says that a man walked into the Lane Bryant store at the Brookside Marketplace on a Saturday morning, February 2nd, 2008. Went into this Lane Bryant store, tied up 6 women, killed 5 of these women execution style. 1 of them survived. The identity of this shooter remains unknown. The women who were killed by this monster in this store on this Saturday morning were shoppers and 1 store employee. Their names are Jennifer Bishop, age 34, Carrie Hudek Chiuso, age 33, Rhonda McFarland, 42, Sarah Zafransky, age 22, Connie Woolfolk, age 37. Condolences to all their families, man. This is real messed up. Now these 5 victims all had been shot in their head execution style, and the 6th woman survived only because she shifted her head right before being shot, causing the bullet to only graze her neck. Some of these women were sexually assaulted by this person who did this, and police found these victims shortly after receiving an emergency call at 10:45 a.m. The wild part of this story, people, is to this day, the Tinley Park police, or whoever should be involved in solving this crime, have gotten nowhere, which is very weird to me. 5 women were killed in this women's clothing store by a man, and you have nothing, so you say. They say that the man who did this has not been identified, but he looks like this guy. A black man with thick cornrowed hair and a receding hairline, along with 1 braid laying over the right side of his face at cheek level and decorated with 4 light green beads on the end. Now, police believe that this was a robbery gone bad. This attack was just a robbery gone bad, though the motive of the shooting has been a matter of debate.
The Lane Bryant shootings on this date in 2008 is the largest unsolved mass shooting in modern America. An unknown gunman shot 6 women in the back room of the store that day. 5 of them died.
Stay on the line.
A 911 call from the store manager sent police to the scene, but the killer was able to escape minutes earlier. It was February 2nd, 2008, a Saturday morning. The crime horrified the entire Chicago area and beyond. Few expected it would go unsolved for this long.
You know, at the end of the day, it comes down to somebody knows. And shame on that person for keeping it quiet so long.
Mike Hudek lost his 33-year-old sister in the shooting. Carrie Chioso was a social worker from Frankfurt. The 4 other women killed were from the south suburbs and Indiana. Police maintained it started as an armed robbery and led to sexual assault and then the murders. 1 other victim survived and helped police develop this sketch of the suspect, a black man in his late 20s with cornrowed hair and a receding hairline.
That's a good question.
The film's director, Charlie Min, who has produced about 45 other documentaries about unsolved crimes, says Tinley Park police have done a poor job.
Solve it already. It's been 18 freaking years, and the families deserve better, a lot better.
Min spent about 4 months working on the documentary, talking to families of the victims, witnesses, and others. He says he's troubled by some of the facts in the case, such as why the killer spent about 40 minutes inside the store before leaving, and why he would rob a women's clothing store on a Saturday morning in the first place. But he says the answers are out there.
Tinley Park PD will not solve this case. Social media will. That's why I'm making this documentary, to raise as much awareness as possible.
Tinley Park leaders say solving the horrific crime remains a major priority. In a statement, Mayor Michael Glotz says, "We're more determined than ever to solving this case. Our diligence has never wavered, nor has our passion for seeking justice for the women we lost that day." Mike Hudek still hopes for answers, but says his anger has softened over the years.
To be quite honest with you, I've forgiven this person because I had to. I couldn't couldn't keep living and going down that dark rabbit hole of what if and what and why, because it doesn't matter.
Hudek's daughter was born one day after his sister was murdered.
Wow.
They named the daughter Carrie after.
Now this is so bad that Asian man there decided to start a documentary or film a documentary because he knows that this makes no sense. It don't make sense to me either, you know. And what I really think about this is the police, you haven't come up with anything in almost 20 years. Probably the worst thing that happened in your town's history. You haven't come up with anything. There's a $100,000 reward that was offered for information leading to this gunman's arrest. A black man, you say. I don't think a black man did this, and I think they know who did this. I think the police know who did this. Because it just don't make sense. We're in the Chicago area right here. A $100,000 reward. A black man did this. Now, the person who had to do this is not somebody that just woke up. Oh, I want to do this today. This had to be a cold-hearted, seasoned, sick killer right here. Somebody who's done this before. And they say it was a robbery gone bad. Robbery of what? It's early in the morning. It's not even like it's the end of the day where they got the bag that they're going to go take to the bank. I don't think somebody is that stupid. I'm going to go rob a store early in the morning and get what? Blouses? I mean, like, where's the money at? And then you offer a $100,000 reward and you say that a black man did this. We all know that somebody in that person's neighborhood, in that person's family, is not letting $100,000 go. Anybody that deals with him, there's no honor amongst thieves, because a person who would do this is somebody who's from that underworld, that street life, that underbelly. Somebody is definitely telling on them for $100,000, even if they're gone already, even if they're gone. This is crazy. That's why I don't think a black man did this. Now, Lane Bryant, what they did was they did a memorial fund for the 5 women who were killed. They did pay for these women's funerals. But since, people, this Lane Bryant store has been demolished. It's not even there anymore. And TJ Maxx built a new building on that property where the Lane Bryant used to be. Real ridiculous situation. Condolences to the family of these women again. Okay. And big shout out to that man who's doing a documentary. He's probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking. And many other people, because it's like, it don't make sense. How do you have a black man who you say did this in 2008, but nobody has come forward yet? $100,000 reward. When stuff like this happens, and we got white women involved here, right, too. White police officers or law enforcement, they will find a black man to arrest just for this. They will find a black man to arrest. You know what I mean? This is just not white peopling right here. It just don't add up. You don't even have a suspect. This is why I believe that the police were in on this. You know, I just think that the police, because come on, man, $100,000. This is a seasoned goon right here. This ain't nobody who just said, oh, I'm gonna do this today. I could shoot 6 people in the head. Come on, man. That much money, somebody's definitely telling on you. Somebody's getting that money. You know what I mean? Where is this lady at who identified this black man? She said, remember, there was one woman who was shot. She moved her head and only hit her neck. She survived. She identified this black man with green beads in his head. Where is she at? Since then, this has been so long. Like, come on, it just ain't adding up. I don't think a black man did this at all because, again, a black man would definitely pay for it, even if it's not him. This is America. I don't know why. I don't know the sinister reason behind this or the story or whatever. Something's going on with something in that store or one of those women. But I think the police did this. That's just me. So if they say if there was sexual assault, so you mean to tell me after all this time, you don't have a DNA match in a database nowhere? Fingerprints, DNA, sexual assault. That means this person's DNA is on one of those women or a few of those women, because there's a witness there who that you said that he had a green whatever beads in his head with cornrows. So you mean to tell me after all this time, you don't have a DNA match, you don't have fingerprints of nobody in a national database? Stop lying, man. I don't know why this happened, but I do know this. Police departments, especially Chicago areas, we know that definitely have goons. They definitely have people on the payroll who go kill people. You know what I mean? They get paid. Yes, this is true. This is in every metro city, every big city, maybe even small. This is true. Regardless of whether, I didn't know about that. It's true, people. Police departments have hitmen that go out and do things. I don't know what this is all about, but I don't believe that black man's story. It just don't add up. People, get in the comments, let me know what you think. This is just my opinion. I don't know. So yours is just as valid. What do you think about this? Easy.